Hi everyone, in today's video, I'm going to show you how I transformed my dog from having really bad separation anxiety with constant whining and crying every time we leave to this, and share with you all the training tips that we've learned along the way. First of all, let's relearn how to say goodbye to our dog when we leave and how to greet them when we come back home. So a few years ago, without the knowledge that I have now, I used to spend quite a bit of time cuddling my dog before I leave, thinking that it would help to calm her down. And I didn't know that it was actually making it worse. And the reason is that if you get too worked up and emotional right before you leave, first, your dog is going to see you leaving as a big deal, which will then make the home alone experience much more stressful for them. Second, if you get overly excited whenever you're about to leave and you go like, hey, I love you so much, I will be back soon. And by doing this, you are bringing your dog energy way up high and getting them excited. You don't want them to be in this energetic, excited state of mind right before you leave that could make them go restless and lead to some destructive behaviors. Ideally, you want them to be as calm as possible when you leave. So whenever you have to go, just stay calm and cool, casually pick up your stuffs and go. And that's it. Don't make a big deal about it. And whenever you come back home, of course you can greet your dog and Stubbs, but two things you need to remember here. First, don't greet them when they are getting too excited and hyper. Instead, go inside, wash your hands, change your clothes, or just do nothing and wait for them to calm down first before you start petting them. Second, please try your best to avoid the high-pitched voice and getting too excited when greeting your dog. And instead, greet your dog with long, slow strokes of petting to calm them down. Okay, so now that you know how to properly say goodbye to your dog and greet them when you come back home, let's work on desensitizing them to you leaving. So you start by leaving them for a very short period of time and gradually increase the amount of time that you are gone. Just keep this very short at first. Start leaving them for 1 minute and then slowly work your way up to 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and so on. One of the reasons why separation anxiety is one of the trickiest behavioral problems in the dog training world is because the problem happens when you are away from home. So unlike other behaviors, you're not there to train them out of it. And that's why I highly recommend getting this PetCube camera with a treat dispensing feature to help with the separation anxiety training. This will help to create a positive association with your departure a lot faster. So what I usually do is I leave the house, close the door, and start dispensing the treats so my dog can be like, oh, whenever she leaves, I get yummy treats, and begin to associate me leaving with something really positive. What I love about PetCube is that unlike other cameras, I can control how far to throw the treat. Since I have a basket full of workout equipment right below where I place my camera, I do appreciate having the option to throw the treats further away so that my dumbbells don't smell like dog treats. It has a 160 wide angle view, allowing you to see most of the room where it's placed, and it comes with 1080p resolution with the ability to zoom up to 8 times, making sure that you can see clearly whatever your dog is up to when you are not home. I'm gonna leave the link to the camera in the description box below, and you can use my code for an additional 5% off your order. I also like to use the camera to gauge whether or not they are ready to be left alone for a longer period of time. For example, if I leave them alone for 5 minutes and they seem really stressed, then I know I shouldn't increase the time yet. However, if they seem pretty cool with it instead, then I know I can start leaving them for a longer period. You could also try giving them a chew toy such as a Kong filled with wet food or treats for them to chew on while being left home alone. However, since these things always come with choking risk, I highly recommend to you to try giving it to them under your supervision for the first few times before you give it to them when you are away. It's best to have a camera to monitor them when leaving them with a chew toy so that you can check on them and make sure they are safe. I can't stress enough the importance of exercising your dog prior to leaving. It makes a huge difference. Imagine how frustrating it will be if you are full of energy, ready to do many fun things, and your friends just leave you home alone and go out by themselves. And notice how differently you would feel if you just went back home from a long day at work, feeling really tired with no energy left. You probably prefer to be left alone to get some rest at that point, right? Should you get another dog to help your dog with separation anxiety? Well, I get this question very often since I have 2 dogs, and I'm finally going to address this today. Did adding another dog help Cece with her separation anxiety? Yes. Do I recommend you to do it? It depends, but I would lean towards saying no in most cases. The thing is, you should only get a second dog if you really want to and are ready financially, physically, and have time to train a new puppy. It's a lot of work in case you don't remember how painful it was with your first one. You shouldn't get a dog just so that your dog can have a companion and feel less lonely when you are not home. First, it's not fair for the second dog if you can't really take care of them and just get them to solve your problems. Second, in the worst case scenario, you could very likely end up with 2 dogs with separation anxiety. This is because if you don't know how to fix the separation anxiety problem for your first dog, how can you be so sure the second dog would have the same issue? Think about it. So I would say if you are planning to get a second dog anyways, and you would do so even if your dog had 0 separation anxiety, then I would say go for it. I think it might help. However, if adding a second dog has never crossed your mind until you see how struggling and lonely your dog is when they are home alone, then I would say just don't do it. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please don't forget to click on the like and subscribe button to show us some support and help our video reach more people. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!